Hi, welcome back to Tammy Talks About. So I found an article I thought we could go over together, and so yeah, here we are. And of course, you know the drill by now. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking. And of course, as always, feed that pesky algorithm and share this video, as Doug says. And you know what? If you're not subscribed here, consider subscribing. I've thought about this in the last few days, and I really mean this. I feel like this channel is our channel, that we're going on this journey together, that we're following and searching for this justice together. And so if you haven't subscribed here, please consider subscribing. But let's get into that video now that we've done all the shilling crap. All right, so this is from Radar Online. It was put out today, July 30th, 2021. And the title is Johnny Depp scores victory against ACLU, ordered to prove if ex-wife donated $3.5 million from divorce settlement. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen, and if you haven't, I really suggest you go watch Tug's video on this. I believe the title of it is something like panics over lawyers, something along that line. Something about her lawyer. Anyway, basically, Eric George is going to have to answer some pretty good questions. And if he answers these questions truthfully, which we'll just have to wait and see, yeah, she's shaking in her shoes, I would imagine. And the same goes for the ACLU. You know, if they are actually honest, wow, this case is over, which it should really be already. I mean, there is enough evidence to say, you know what, this woman lied, and yeah, she set out along with the ACLU to defame Johnny Depp, because for her, it was greed and I think vindictiveness, in all honesty, and I think she falsely believed that she was going to increase her star power by doing this, and by hooking up with people like Elon Musk and the ACLU in a roundabout way she has. I mean, look at the video I did this morning about what the producer from Aquaman 2, he doesn't care what you think. He just wants you to spend your money, and he expects you to. Remember, boycott Aquaman 2. Anyway, rant over. Let's read this article, and I will leave a link to it in the description down below. You know that drill. All right, the 57-year-old, is he not 58? Anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean actor has won a motion ordering the ACLU to prove his ex-wife donated $3.5 million to the organization as she promised. The chunk of change was reportedly donated by after she scored $7 million in her divorce settlement with Depp, but there have been no receipts to prove it. Depp's legal team have long time believed that AH's donation was a sham, especially because ACLU wouldn't agree to show proof or even confirm it. The New York Supreme Court has now ordered the charity organization to hand over the documentation, proving whether or not stuck to her promise. According to Daily Mail, Depp has been granted 23 out of the 24 motion to compel requests, which means the ACLU must now turn over the paperwork. And the only request that he was denied was the one that pertains to her ambassadorship. And I mean, you know, hey, the important ones have been approved. The judge said Depp has satisfied the initial burden of stating the circumstances of reasons underlying the subpoena. If the ACLU has failed to demonstrate that the information sought is utterly irrelevant to the action. Thus, for the reasons stated herein, the petition is granted and denied in part, and respondents are ordered to comply with all subpoenas with the exception of documents pertaining to AH's role as a brand ambassador for the ACLU. ACLU wasn't the only charity that AH claimed she donated her divorce settlement to. Yeah, she makes a lot of false claims. She also declared she'd given the remaining $3.5 million to CHLA. In January, the hospital received devastating news by revealed devastating news by producing paperwork that allegedly showed that the actress had only given $100,000, a staggering difference to the amount she promised. And that $100,000 was given by Johnny, not by her. It was on behalf of her, but it wasn't given by her. Depp's lawyers hope the ACLU documentation will show that AH wasn't truthful about her donation. Thus, she may not be honest about her other accusations concerning her ex-husband. This is definitely a small victory for the actor after he suffered a devastating blow in his defamation case against his son last year. Despite their divorce being finalized in 2017, Depp and AH are still at odds. The ex-couple is currently gearing up to take their battle to court over a separate $50 million defamation suit. And that looks like that may be... So it's not much of an article. Look, I read these articles with you. So, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But, the main thing is that, and in fact, the real Laura B was just tweeting as I started this video, the paperwork has been filed, the motions have been won. The ACLU is going to have to answer some questions. They got some splaining to do. And please don't be offended by that. That is an old, if you are old like me, you remember the I Love Lucy show, and that's what Ricky Ricardo used to say. So that was an impersonation, a bad one, admittedly, but an impersonation. Okay, you can tell it's late in the day. I am getting ridiculously silly. But anyway, so yeah, they've got a lot of questions to answer, and the ones that Eric George is going to have to answer, yeah, I can see why she is panicking. I can see why AH is shaking in her little nasty boots. And I would imagine there are some conversations going on at the ACLU today, because the New York Supreme Court has said, no, we don't care who you are. We don't care that you're an organization of attorneys. You're going to answer the subpoenas. So, yeah, way to go. It's a great win. And I can see why there are people that are freaking out probably right about now today. I would imagine, I do hope that the baby that she produced, I hope that someone's keeping it today, because I have a feeling AH is going to be having more than her usual daily 3 bottles of wine. Anyway, that's the video. If you like this video, you know what to do. And you know how I always end these. And I do mean it. Until next time, be blessed.